All right, Bob Chick, we're here at the Branch Warren Classic, and what a coincidence. Here's Branch Warren. Funny that you should show up at this show.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, I know. I tell you what, what a great no coincidence, Branch, that there are thousands of people here, and we're only here at the prejudging. The night show still to come, but you've seen about a 40% increase. I know we were talking about a little bit of business before. Over 60 booths. You've added some events. CrossFit is even across the way, and then they got their own crowd over there of about 2,000 people. So you got to be pleased with the results this year.
Absolutely. It's the 7th year we've had it. It's grown every year. It's grown. Took a big leap from last year. You know, you were here last year. You saw how big it was. Well, this year, like you said, our sponsors grew by about 40%. But at CrossFit, we have over 250 competitors in that, as well as powerlifting meet with over 120. We have a professional deadlift competition, a strongman competition, an arm wrestling competition, and of course the bodybuilding, fitness, figure, and physique competition with I don't know what the final number was, but it was
over 300. I believe it was. It was still kind of going up when we were doing check-ins earlier, but prejudging going on right now. Lots of bodybuilders, which is always good to see. Our core event, of course, in the sport we've come up with. But I want to focus our attention right now, Branch, on you and the Olympia coming up. Lots of speculation out there. We were talking to your buddy Johnny Jackson earlier. Of course, he's all pumped up and ready to go. I know you've been in full training mode now. 10 weeks out, Branch. How's it going?
It's going great. I feel great. At first I had a full year off to just focus on this. I needed a break, so my body feels better than it's felt in years. I hadn't had an off season in 7 years. So I'm excited to be on stage, Everything's healed up, feel great. So, we got a new trainer, Neil Hill, is working with me in my nutrition. Made some changes in my nutrition and my training. Usually when you change your nutrition, your training, your physique changes. So sure. I did that back in 2009 when I worked at George, and I made a big impact, and that's the plan this year.
Well, a big impact will be needed. Now, you're no stranger to, obviously, the negativity, the naysayers out there. Like I said, we've talked about this many times, Branch, that, you always seem to be that guy, Branch can't do this, Branch can't do that, Branch will never do this, never do that. You're proving them all wrong, of course, up to this point. And I get the feeling you're going to have to prove them wrong again this year, because now you got some new names in the mix. You got Big Ramy coming in. You got Jay allegedly coming back. We're going to see if he ends up on stage. Does that ever impact your training at all, Branches? I mean, do you just use it as fuel? Does it just roll off your back? I mean, I know you're pretty honest when it comes to assessments and the sport and where it is.
Man, if it impacted my training, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So, when I was a young guy competing in a show like this 20 years ago, they were saying the same thing. So something never changes. But, I've been blessed to have a lot of really good, supportive fans, and the same people that were with me back then are with me today, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and the best revenge is success.
Well, one thing we've talked about in the past, Branch, is competition in the way that unfolds on stage, that certain guys actually can help or hurt other guys on stage. Does it help you that Jay would be back in the mix and Big Ramy? You got two big mass monsters there, but of course their physique's more resembling your own. Does that give you a little bit more light company, or does it work, or can it work against you?
Man, I don't know, man. I just focus on myself. I can't control who shows up or how they look, so I just focus on bringing the best physique and best package to the stage that I can, and I don't even concern myself with that, because I have no control over whether Jay shows up or doesn't, or what this Ramy guy looks like and everything else. So I'll leave that up to the judges.
Well, give me a comparison. Now, you say bring the best Branch you can bring, obviously, 100%. What is 100%? Let's compare it to last year. If there's improvements to be made, if you were to hit 100% this year, what are those improvements that we would see on stage?
Last year at the Olympia, my injured leg didn't look as good as it did at the Arnold when I won. I actually had a little injury about 4 weeks before the Olympia that kind of hindered my training, so that's why it looked the way it did. It's back to 100%. No difference in symmetry now. I've been focusing on my back, because if my back comes in totally ripped and crazy, then the rest of me will be on. Sure. And so that's the two things I focus on this off season, and it's all come together for me.
Now, that's the first time I've actually heard about the leg, the re-injury of the leg. Now, you're not really one to put out excuses, even if they're for real. You injured. Obviously, you've had major surgeries, which you couldn't keep quiet, nor did you really care to. But that's not something you really put out there in advance. Now, is that for a reason?
Why you want to put it out there? You know what I'm saying? I actually got hurt during the filming of Pumping Iron. So
That's a new Generation Iron film.
Generation Iron, yeah. So they're at my house, and they want to get a scene of me on a horse, and so they spooked my horse.
That's what you get for horsing around.
Tell me about it. So anyway, I pulled my groin really bad, popped it on that bad leg, and it was so bad I couldn't train. So it's just one of those things, you just overcome it, and I did the best I could with what I had, and managed to salvage a 5th place out of it, and this year we're going to come back and do better.
Branch, was the best move you made this year strategically not going in the Arnold?
I think so. When I got to the show and I saw the lineup, For a second I thought I was in the audience. I was like, man, I wish I was up there,
Right.
But in the long term, I needed a break, man. I took October, November off. I didn't even train. I just rested, and that's the best thing I could have done. So I think, is it the best thing I could have done? We'll find out in 10 weeks.
Yeah, well, you look good. You look healthy. I know you said you're feeling pretty good. So it looks like training's been going good. You got no injuries, obviously, to speak of. So it looks like preps are in full mode. 10 weeks out to go, bro. So best of luck in the Olympia branch. Best of all, best of luck here tonight, man. This place is going to be rocking.
Thank you. It's the best crowd we've had in 7 years. I don't know how many, several thousand people here. I don't know what the numbers are, but it's prejudging, and there's nowhere to stand or sit. So we're very blessed, and we'll thank everybody that came out this year to the 2013 Branch Warren Classic and supported it. We'll be here again next year, and I'll see you in 10 weeks in Vegas.
You got it. Business booming here in the heart of Texas and Houston at the Branch Warren Classic. The man himself, Branch Warren, will be on the Olympia stage in 10 weeks in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's see if he can make all those naysayers out there. They're going to make believers out of him. I'll tell you right now. Branch Warren, this is Bob Chick. We're out.